For the suspect in the mass shooting at Brown University comes to an end.
Live from Chicago, this is Fox 32 News at 9.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Scott Schneider.
And I'm Dawn Hasbrook. First, breaking news. Officers have found the suspect in the deadly mass shooting at Brown University dead. Here's a live look at the scene in Salem, New Hampshire. Police swarming a storage facility where they found the suspect. Investigators believe the man is tied to another deadly shooting of an MIT professor. Officials just spoke within the hour, had an update saying it is thanks to the community that officials found that suspect.
The community stepped up. It was all about groundwork, public assistance, interviews of individuals, and good old-fashioned policing. That is the type of police work that every police officer in this nation reminds themselves of.
The shooting happened last Sunday, killing 2 people. We will be following along with this case and update you here and online if there are any more developments.
And more breaking news tonight. A jury has found a Wisconsin judge guilty of obstruction for helping an immigrant evade federal agents. Judge Hannah Dugan was hearing a case back in April against a man charged with battery. Prosecutors accused Dugan of showing that man out the back door of her courtroom after learning that immigration agents were there looking to arrest him for being in the country illegally. Federal agents say they chased him outside and then arrested him shortly thereafter. This is a breaking news story. We will, of course, update you once more information becomes available. All right, let's focus on the weather now, and let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Emily Walls. We had rain today, Emily, and now what, some snow?
Some snow, that's right. So we actually had high temperatures today in the 50s. Hopefully you had an opportunity to kind of soak it up because now that pattern flip-flop is upon us. So we have snow showers that are currently moving through, and that combined with winds gusting over 35 to 40 miles per hour at times, that's going to drastically reduce visibilities, and we could be dealing with slick spots on the roads tonight. Wind chills already beginning to drop into the single digits across the far western sections of the area. But all of us tonight, it's getting very cold. I actually have sub-zero wind chills in your forecast by early tomorrow morning. Those details in your Bears forecast is coming up.
Well, if you rely on public transportation, you're going to want to listen up. You're going to soon see a noticeable increase in police and security across both buses and trains.
And it comes as safety on public transit remains top of mind, especially after a disturbing attack last month. Leslie Moreno is live with how this new plan works and how soon it goes into effect. Leslie.
Hey guys, good evening. Yeah, those changes start tomorrow. CTA officials are hoping the added security will make riders feel safer, more confident, and they're also hoping it'll bring down crime significantly. Starting today, riders can expect to see dozens of additional Chicago police officers deployed across the CTA system. For riders, it's a sigh of relief.
They definitely should put like K9 units or CPD officers on there.
As long as they're going to all of the train routes, not only just certain ones that go to the airport, but also the red line as well.
The CTA and CPD announcing the plan today, increasing the number of sworn officers patrolling buses and trains from an average of 77 officers per day to 120. Those officers are part of CPD's Voluntary Special Employment Program. They patrol CTA lines on their days off, a move CTA says increases visibility without pulling officers from neighborhoods.
Seeing an officer, just them being present probably would make people like act a little bit more, in ordinance. So hopefully that helps.
The CTA is also expanding its private canine patrols, adding more canine teams across the system. The new safety push comes on the heels of a horrifying attack last month when a man set a woman on fire on a train.
So that was very sad. It could have been anybody.
I think we should have the police as part of the community more now anyway. So anytime the interaction can be supported by whether it's CTA or the mayor or anybody else is a great thing for the city of Chicago.
And CTA officials say this is just the first phase, with adjustments to come as they track rider feedback in the weeks ahead. In the Loop, Leslie Moreno, Fox 32 Chicago.
A therapist who used to work in Chicago is now named in a wrongful death lawsuit.
That suit alleges that he sexually abused one of his own patients who was a minor for several years while she was receiving mental health treatment downtown.
The victim died by suicide last year. Casey Cronus has the latest on the troubling allegations.
The lawsuit claims the victim was just 14 years old when the alleged abuse started. The family's attorney argues it ultimately led her to take her own life.
Annabelle Hodder was 21 years old when she died in July of 2024.
Unfortunately, Annabelle was not able to find a new therapist after Matthew Rounds. Her ability to trust a therapist was destroyed based on the actions of Matthew Rounds, and unfortunately, she passed away by suicide.
Now, Annabelle's estate is naming her former therapist, Matthew Rounds, in a wrongful death suit, along with 2 institutions where he worked, Insight Psychological Centers on Michigan Avenue and Chicago Psychological Health and Wellness on Jackson.
What we're alleging is those institutions failed to properly supervise Matthew Rounds.
In 2016, the lawsuit states Annabelle, who lived in Northwest Indiana, started therapy for depression in Chicago. That's when Irv Nevitt, the family's attorney, says Rounds began sexually assaulting her.
I've been in contact with the other victims and potentially witnesses in this case. They have provided me with a lot of the information that I know.
The suit claims that Rounds even asked Annabelle to introduce him to other minors. At one point, the documents state Rounds allegedly met Annabelle and other teen girls at a motel in Hammond, where he is accused of paying them for sex acts. In response to the allegations, Insight tells us they take them seriously and will respond through the legal process. Meanwhile, the phone number for Chicago Psychological has been disconnected. Rounds is currently a therapist for Sagent Behavioral Health in Minnesota. Soon after, we emailed the complaint and asked them for a statement. Rounds was taken off their website. A spokesperson writing, "We just learned of this lawsuit. Due to the seriousness of the allegations, we have placed the employee on leave while we investigate. Our heartfelt condolences to the family on the loss of their daughter." Up until her death, Hodder was studying nursing at Indiana University.
Do you think criminal charges could stem from this?
I think they absolutely could. It's my hope that they do, and if they do, my firm and certainly the family will do anything they can to support law enforcement with criminal charges.
Right now, no criminal charges have been filed against Rounds. We've tried reaching him for a response to this lawsuit, but haven't heard back. Next month, there is a status hearing for this civil suit. Reporting downtown, Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.
New tonight, the Department of Justice suing Illinois over the state's refusal to release voter data for more than 8 million people. The suit claims the Board of Elections is violating a federal civil rights law. The DOJ says that law gives the U.S. Attorney General sweeping powers to obtain the records. Other lawsuits have been filed against Georgia, Wisconsin, and the District of Columbia. We have reached out to the state board for comment. A year ago, we introduced you to a family in the northwest suburbs writing handwritten cards to reach out to LGBTQ people feeling alone and rejected.
This year, the need is broader and the reasons are heavier. Tonight in a special report, Terrence Lee shows us how that effort has evolved.
Got a stamp and a...
Oh, yeah. There you go. Thank you, thank you.
They still tell me they love me. I'm just not as, I guess, accepted as I'd like to be.
For some, love comes with fine print. Not always spoken, but always felt.
I still have family in my life.
Reed Thompson is a transgender Army soldier in Virginia. 7 years of service, a lifetime of learning which parts of himself others are willing to see.
It's like kind of walking on eggshells. It's one of the things that everybody's kind of agreed not to talk about.
It's love, but it feels like conditional love, not unconditional.
Exactly.
Reed says the same caveats followed him into uniform. Earlier this year, the Supreme Court cleared the way for a Defense Department policy that allows transgender service members to be removed. It revives a ban first announced years ago and blocked by courts until now. Supporters say it's all about military readiness and cost, claims disputed by medical and advocacy groups.
For a lot of people that are active duty, this is their full-time job. You know, you can be 15 years in and have 5 to go, and you don't have that anymore, so you got to start over.
What disappears is not just the paycheck. Reed says it's belonging.
When you're there, it's like one big family.
For some who serve, they are still who they've always been. But Colonel Bree Fram says the country simply stopped making room. She is the highest-ranking transgender officer in the U.S. Armed Forces. Like Reed and others, she is on administrative leave without clear footing. Still, information.
Thank you for lifting me up and for offering to lift up so many others who have given to this country.
That gratitude is for the compassion organized without orders. A mission started by one family in Buffalo Grove 4 years ago.
And that first year, we sent about 2,100 cards.
The Pinta Pride Project card campaign matches people across the world through a simple online sign-up.
Last year, we sent more than 50,000 cards.
At Original Bagel in Bialik, Caroline Pinta organized the room with intent. What to say, what to leave out, who those words are for.
Is that there's so many people who have beautiful hearts and want to do something, they just don't know what to do. And when you provide them an opportunity, they jump.
I'll do petty officer first class.
Some show up to teach their kids what care looks like.
We're just trying to let them know that even though the administration may be against them right now, that there are allies everywhere.
Love is love, so we always have told them that, and I think their first Pride Parade, they were 5 or 6, I think, and they've been going ever since, and they love it.
For others, that lesson comes from someone else's table.
I love that my daughter has found a partner, but her partner doesn't have support at home. And so her partner has to hide when they come home for the holidays, and that makes me really sad. So I want to help some other people that might not be able to go home and be their true selves with their families.
For Reed, asking for that kind of care did not come easily.
I didn't know how many cards would be sent overall or how many people could get cards. So if there was someone, I guess, more deserving of a card, I didn't want to take up that spot.
He hit submit anyway, expecting maybe one note.
The days just kept going by, and it's like at least every day I get at least one. Probably my favorite one, this one. It's called a pocket hug, and it says, "This little pocket heart is full of love and hugs, so keep it close and know that you are loved."
No guessing, no reading between the lines.
Love out there is definitely not limited, and there's so much of it to go around, and there's enough of it for you.
The holiday campaign ends later this month, but the group sends birthday and encouragement cards year-round. To sign up to write or receive a card, go to fox32chicago.com.
All right, well, it's been warm, but temps are set to plummet overnight.
Will you need to crank the heater and bundle up? We'll tell you.
Welcome back. In Galewood, some residents are voicing concerns tonight about plans to build a new apartment building.
They met last night to hear new details on that project, and some say it's not a good idea. They're worried it would bring increased traffic and parking congestion. The complex would have more than 1,000 units, and 20% would be designated as affordable housing. It's set to replace the Mars candy factory that closed last year. Residents are suggesting the site be used to build a job training center, library, or even residential homes. They're encouraging city officials to remain transparent while the complex is being built.
Been kind of on a roller coaster of late, up and down, as we take a live look at a beautiful shot of our city. So we were warm, we got all that rain, and now what, snow?
Now we have snow showers that are coming through, and it's still very gusty too. So the snow combined with the wind, we could be dealing with reduced visibilities out there. But as far as accumulations go, it's just going to be a dusting. However, with temperatures dropping down into the lower teens tonight, a couple spots in the single digits, I think we could be dealing with some slick spots. Any untreated surfaces could become slick overnight. Futurecast taking us throughout tonight into early tomorrow morning. The system moves on out of here, but we're still very gusty tomorrow morning. Waking up to partly cloudy conditions. We'll end up enjoying some sunshine tomorrow, but temperatures stay very cold all day. We're only going to be in the mid-20s for your highs. And then when it comes to your wind chill temperatures, because it's still going to be gusty, it's going to be feeling no warmer than the mid-teens during the afternoon. And we're actually waking up tomorrow morning to wind chills that are going to range from 0 to about 10 degrees below 0. So another day with sub-zero wind chills when we wake up. And then taking us into our weekend, this model here is trying to bring in a couple stray showers along with that cold front early on Saturday. I'm not too concerned about precipitation. As of now, I have my forecast on Saturday staying dry. I think we're going to be mostly cloudy. And then for the Bears game at night, kickoff is at 7:30. Temperatures are going to fall from the low 40s from our highs into the mid 30s by kickoff, and then going through halftime into the final quarter. That's when we're going to see temperatures dropping off into the low 30s. So chilly, but way better than the game last weekend when we were dealing with temperatures just barely at 10 degrees. For tonight, 12 degrees for the overnight low. Once you factor in wind gusts as high as 35 to 40 miles per hour, it's going to feel more like sub-zero temperatures tonight with the wind chill. So wind chills 0 to 10 below. 7-day forecast tomorrow, 25, 41, mostly cloudy on Saturday. Sunday, lots of sun, but we're back to the 20s. Next week, big warming trend. Wednesday's Christmas Eve, 46 degrees. Thursday's Christmas Day, small chance for a couple rain showers, but temperatures mid-50s, so very, very warm. Here's a look at your weather pick of the day taken by Jeff, and this was over Lake Michigan last weekend when it was very cold. You can see the steam coming off the water. It almost kind of looks like it's frozen here.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you, Jeff. Love it.
I'm Luke Canellis for the Bears. Saturday's game against the Packers will be a test of their mettle, and as we learned today, a test of their depth at wide receiver. The latest injury report is out. What now for the Bears after two of their top receivers have been ruled out? Details next in sports.
Good Day Chicago.
Blackhawks at the Canadiens tonight, third period. Hawks down 2-1. Loose puck in front. Looks like Noah Dobson jams it in for Montreal. But take another look from overhead. The puck gets underneath Spencer Knight, who accidentally knocks it in. Tough break for the Hawks. They lose 4-1. Now with the rest of the day in sports, here's Luke and Ellis.
Bears a week ago were underdogs for their rematch with the Packers. Then the Packers lost Micah Parsons, flipping the odds, making the Bears favorites. But now the Bears' latest injury report may turn the number again. Bears will be without two of their three best receivers Saturday, Rome Odunze and Luther Burden. Both were held out of today's practice. Odunze's missed the last two games with chronic foot issues. Burden hurt his ankle against the Browns. Tremaine Edmonds is questionable, but was a full participant in today's practice. That happened for the first time in a month. Ben Johnson will miss Odunze and Burden, but believes in the team's depth at wide receiver.
I've been really pleased with that room. I think we got some young guys in there that we were really impressed with throughout training camp that ended up being on the practice squad. And you know, if called upon, I think they've done a great job soaking the offense in over the course of the season so far and being involved.
We just seem to figure it out, man. I think it's always next man up mentality, and I think we've really embodied that this year. There's no hesitation from the coaching staff. You never feel that, and they're always on to the next when a guy goes down, and they got a lot of faith in everybody that's in here.
We still got a job to do. The people coming in will do their job and do it to the best of their ability, and we just go out there and play football.
Yeah, make it happen, DJ. Plenty at stake Saturday night. Both the Bears and Packers can clinch a playoff berth with a win and a Lions loss or tie Sunday against the Steelers. Bears have lost the last 6 matchups at Soldier Field, and overall, they've dropped 30 of 36 against the Packers since the start of the 2008 season. Ouch. Our coverage of Bears-Packers Saturday begins with Bears Game Day Live, special time 1:30. Kickoff between the Bears and Packers, 7:20. After the game, we'll hear from Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, go inside the Bears locker room and break down the Bears and Packers. Cubs added power to their lineup today. Might come from an unlikely source. They've signed first baseman Tyler Austin to a 1-year deal. Austin hasn't played in the major leagues since 2019, but he's been a star in Japan for the last 6 seasons, putting up big offensive numbers. NASCAR champion Greg Biffle, his wife and 2 children were all killed, along with 3 others earlier today in a plane crash in North Carolina. Biffle and his wife opened their lives and shared their family on social media, posting even till just hours before the plane crash at 10 o'clock this morning. Biffle and his wife were active with charities. Their daughter, Emma, just 14 years old. His son, Ryder, only 5 years old.
All right, let's say goodnight. Thank you for joining us tonight at 9. You can catch us on your smart TV. Just search Fox Local and wake up with Good Day Chicago tomorrow morning.